Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I am Tanay from Junior Programmer, and today what I am bringing you is the Paint application. The Paint application I will make in Python, and this is a very simple implementation of this. Here in the links I have made intervals, and also I will provide the source code from which you can make the same exact app yourselves. So without wasting any more time, let's move on to the code.
Like a Hellcat.
So here I have opened the Visual Studio IDE. You can use any IDE that you want, whatever feels good to you. So first of all, let's open my project files. For this, I will open the files, move on to the directory, and just open my two files. So for this project, the libraries or modules that we'll be using are Pygame and tkinter. These are the main modules that I will be using. And I've also made another module, grid module, which has the functions. So first of all, I will explain the grid module. In the grid module, I have first of all imported the Pygame, and using this syntax pygame.init, using this method I have initialized it. This means that it will just start the functions for the Pygame. So the first class that I have created is called the class grid. I have named it grid, and this will be used to make the grids in the Paint app. So moving on, first of all, I have used a constructor. The first constructor, this is the name of the method. This is how you initialize a constructor. So simply in the constructor, I've taken the arguments and just given the values to the variables within the class, as you can see. After that, I'll just update the display using this syntax. There is another function that I have used is the getGrid function. Now what this function does is that it simply returns the grid. Moving on, I have another function called the drawGrid function. Now this function is used to draw the lines in the grid. By lines, how I will draw the grid is that we will simply create overlapping boxes or rectangles, and that will give a effect of a grid. So first of all, I've just used some variables, and using loops and some simple calculations, I am making rectangles using the pygame.draw.rect method. In this method, it takes the screen where the rectangles are to be drawn, the color of the rectangles, the position where the rectangle has to be drawn, and the thickness of the line, which I have given as arguments. This function will make a grid. Moving on is another function which I have called clicked. This function will find the item in the grid that is clicked. So simply it takes an argument which I have given pause for position. It simply just identifies that where on the grid it has been clicked and returns that particular cell. Now in case if the user hasn't clicked on the grid, it will not return anything. And there is also another method called isSelected. This method will simply return the selected object. Moving on, there is another class I've called pixelart. This class will be used to draw the pixels in the application. Now the first method that in this class I have made is the drawGrid method. Now this method will be used to make the pixels in the application. Now as you can see here, I have simply used some loops and some mathematical calculations, and using those mathematical calculations I have just made the pixels. After that, I have also drawn the neighboring pixels that will be required when the thickness of the lines changes as used by the user. Moving on, there is another method that I have defined is the clearGrid method. Now as from the name you can see that this method is used to clear the grid, or we can say it will turn the pixels to the same color as of the backgrounds. In this method, simply you can see I've just iterated through the pixels, and then using the functions I've just changed the color so that it matches the background. Now making another class called class palette, which will be used to make the color palette on the bottom left corner from where the user will select the color. Now simply here I've used loops to simply fill this color to fill this color list. Now moving on, there is another class that I've called this class the menu. As from the name it suggests that this class will be used to make a menu that has text in it. Now in this class there is only one method. The method is named setText. Now what it will do is that it will render the text on the image, or we can say it will set the text and create text objects in the image. For this I am using simple loops to iterate through it and just make the text appear on the screen. Now here I have also created another class. The name of the class is text object. Now the purpose of this class is to display the text on screen that we have created previously. Here I've just used a constructor to initialize some variables within this class. I've used another method called showText. Now this will just render the text on the screen and draw it. So here it will take an argument txt, which is the text, and I've changed the font using the Pygame methods sys font and changed it to Comic Sans of 15, size 15. Now using the render function I will simply render the text on the screen, and using the blit function is that the purpose of the blit function is to make sure that the text is in the center of the screen. Now another method in the same class is the show method. This will simply draw a square displaying the area in the grid around the text. Now for that I have simply used the rectangle draw rectangle method in the Pygame, which syntax you can see here on the screen. Another class that we need to create is the pixel class. Now what it is the purpose of this class? It is to display color on the screen. Again, for this class we have to use a constructor to initialize some variables, as I have done. You can see this class has a method show. Now from the name as it suggests, it is used to display the current pixel. So for the current pixel, first of all, if the color is not set, we'll change the color, and then we are simply drawing the rectangle using the Pygame draw rectangle methods. Here is another method called getPos or getPosition. It will simply return a tuple which has x and y position of the top left coordinates of the pixel. Another method that I have used is the click method. Now what this method does is that if the pixel has been clicked, it will change the color of that pixel to the new color of which the user has selected. For this, what we will do is we'll simply update the color using these two simple lines of code. Another method getColor is used to return the color of the pixel. Now another method that we have used is the getNeighbors method. This will be used to get the neighboring pixels so that we can color them also according to the thickness of the lines, because if the lines are thicker, the neighboring pixels will also need to be colored. So moving on, using just some simple mathematical operations and indexes of arrays, I have just found out the pixels in the horizontal and vertical neighbors using these four lines of code. And moving on, to find the diagonal neighbors, I have just used the indexes of arrays to find the diagonal neighbors too. And the final method of this class is the neighbor return. This will simply return the list of neighbors that we have previously found. Now this finishes the Pygame, the grid module that we have used. Moving on to the main.py. Here, as you can see, I have imported the Pygame, the tkinter, some modules, some functions from the tkinter to save the files, the grid module, and some classes from the grid modules that I have just explained to you, imported sys and time. So first of all, I will set the recursion limit to this value so that it doesn't just go infinitely and running. So after this value it will stop if there is some error or something. So again I have to initialize the Pygame. For this I have to use the method init in the Pygame. Then I will upload the image, open the image that I have saved in the same directory, and this is the name of the image, and I have just given it a version. Moving on, here are some of the defaults. This will set the rows and columns and width and height of the grid that we will make. I have given them values. These values will be used throughout the code. So first of all, let's define the fill function. Now, what the fill function will do is that it will fill the color in the grid. As you can see, using simple code, we will just fill the color, and then we have to keep in mind that we have to update our display after each operation is performed. So what we'll do is that we'll use the color that the user has selected, and using these indexes and the neighbors will simply change the color of the pixels to the new color the user has selected. Now another function that I have made is the save function. Now what the save function will do is that it will save the current project into a text file that will contain the some important information about our painting or the painting that the user has made. So what it does is that it records some information like the grid cells, the number of grid cells, and the color of each pixel, and so on. So first of all, what I'm doing is I'm making sure that the extension of the file is correct. So using these lines of code, simple lines, I'm just making sure if the person has .txt extension at the end or not, and if it's not, I'm just updating it. Now after that, there is a method that I've just used the open method in the file handling in Python. It will simply overwrite the file if a file doesn't exist, if a file exists, and create one if it doesn't. So here I'm just writing the information that I told you before, the number of rows and columns and so on, and using the loops, the concept of loops in Python, I'll simply write the color of different pixels so that it will be stored in, you can think as a kind of array with each pixel having a color, so that when he opens again, this method will be called and it will be opened according to how it was saved. Now I have also written the current version so that there is no problem in different versions. Simply save the file and move on. Moving on, to open a saved file, previously saved file, I've defined a function called open file. In this function, it simply acts like a reverse function to the previously defined save file. In the save file, as we saved important information in a text file. Now what this function does is that it simply goes in reverse, reads the read the file text file, and from that we have, in the text file we had given the dimensions, and it reads the dimensions. Then moving on, it reads the color of pixels, and using the loops it simply again gives the colors to each pixel so that the file when opens is the one that we have saved. If also there's one thing, that if the version of the file that we are trying to open is not the same as of the app, it will simply show an error that the version is not supported, so we have to use the correct version. This function change caption, this function will be used to set the caption. You can think of it as a title. Now I have to define another function called show file nav. This will be simply used to show a navigator. The navigator, by which I mean, is that a window that will open, a GUI window from which user can select and navigate to the file to open it or to save it. Now simply I have used the if else conditions to see if the user wants to open the file and if he wants to save the file, and the things that will be displayed in the GUI will change accordingly. Now another function that I have made is the on submit button. Now what this function does is that it chooses the pixel size. So here when we open the file, it sees what are the pixels, what are the size of pixels that we have saved in the file. So it makes sure that it is correct, and both columns and rows are integers because they cannot be float. So these are the loops that we have used and some simple mathematical calculations and expressions that will be used to verify that the columns and rows are correct and they are integers and they are correct according to our application. Moving on, another function that we need to define is the update label. It will simply show the pixel size by getting input on rows and columns. So this is just a simple function. As you can see, using simple mathematics and some expressions, we'll be able to achieve the purpose that I've just told you. Now, first of all, we need to initialize all the things in the Paint app. So for that, first of all, let's say we set an icon of the window, then we move on and set mode. Using set mode, what we are doing is that we are just giving the specifications of the window, of its height and length, so that you can say the size of the window that is made. Then we are using the fill function to simply fill the window. In this case, we are giving it the white color 255 255 255. This is the RGB code. Then we'll just create the objects of the modules that we object of the module grid module that I've just explained. And here, first of all, we'll create a pixel art, the object of the pixel art class, then the color palette class, and then the menu class, and so on. As you can see, I've given the some arguments, some parameters that were the arguments in the classes that I have just explained previously. Now the buttons, I've used an array to name the buttons. As from the name suggests, D is for draw, E is for erase, R is for refill, and so on. So again, using the setText class, I have just made an object. Moving on, I will simply make the objects again of these of the grid module classes. Again, the buttons I've named them, and then again made the object, and so on. After all the initialization has been done in the function, this is the time to use all the functions to create the final app. So first of all, we have to create an object of tkinter, give it a title, the title of a window that will be the paint program. Then moving on, we have to give some labels and some GUI stuff. As you can see from the code, this is just some simple GUI stuff, such as I'm making buttons, the check buttons, and so on. After that, you need to see that I have to use the update function, so everything updates. Then we go on to the main loop that will keep the application running. So first of all, I have updated the display so that everything is updated according to what I have done previously. Now here begins the loop, the main loop. So this loop will keep on running unless the person saves the project and exits. So what we need for this is that we need to see where the mouse has been clicked or what has been clicked on the mouse. So from there, from the pygame.event.get function, we store it in a variable ev to see what has been clicked and where has it been clicked, so we can use the functionality accordingly. So first of all, we'll see that if he has clicked on the quit, then simply it means that the person wants to quit or close the program. So for that, first of all, we'll make sure that if the file is saved or not. If it is not, we have to ask the person if he wants to save the file before closing and not, so he can save the project and he does not lose any of his work. So simply using some if else statements in the Python, we have just achieved this functionality. Now moving on, if the person has clicked the mouse or dragged their mouse, then what happens? Then first we'll see where the mouse has been clicked. Now if the mouse has been clicked on the main drawing grid, then we have to perform the function on the drawing grid. So let's say if he has selected a button from either of these buttons, that function has to be performed. For example, if he has selected D, this means that he has chosen the draw tool. So for that, we have changed the color to this black for whatever he draws. Then the erase tool will simply changed the color of those, we've changed the color to white. So whenever he clicks on the pixels, the color will be updated to white and it will seem like that he has erased. Moving on, we have similarly defined the fill tool, the replace tool, the clear grid tool, and so on. Now, if the person has clicked on the color palette menu will appear in the screen. This is the code for this. I'm just using the functions that I've defined in the grid module that I've explained to you before. Now using those, a color palette will appear and the person can select from the color palette, and then whatever color palette he selects will be the color of the tip of what he draws, and the pixels will be colored accordingly. If the person has selected on the line thickness, again from the buttons we'll see what line thickness has he selected, and the line thickness will change accordingly using the functions in the grid module. Now if they clicked on the save menu, then this means that the person wants to save, and using the previously defined functions in the same main.py, we open the window so that the person can save his file and open his file. Now if the person have selected the replace tool, then we'll simply use the functions within the grid module that I've explained previously to achieve that purpose. Again, similarly is done for the do fill functions and all other functions. Here you can see we have just changed the line thickness according to the selected by the user. So in this loop, as you can see, all the functions are selected, all the functions are coded, and the user can simply select the function, and based on the event of the mouse click, it will be seen what the person has been trying to click, and the function will be performed accordingly. Now after each iteration of the loop, we have to keep in mind that we have to update the display so whatever changes the person has made can be seen on the screen. This loop will keep on going unless the person wants to quit. So when he wants to quit, he'll simply save the file if he wants to save, and then after that we'll move out of this loop and we'll simply exit the function. For that we have using pygame.quit. So guys, this is how you make a simple paint application using Python using only two modules, the tkinter and pygame, and the grid module that we defined. Okay, so let me show you how I will run it. First of all, I will run from Python. As you can see, it is executing. Here, according to the program, I will enter the number of rows and columns. For the paint app for the grid, I will enter 25 rows and 25 columns in this case and submitted enter. So here you can see the window is open. You can see the color palette and the thickness. So as you can see, I am changing the thickness from the right side using the different numbers telling different thicknesses, and as you can see on the screen, the thickness varies. Now using the C, the clear function. Now let's draw again. Now I'll change the color. As you can see, I changed the color. Now let's clear the screen again. Now moving onward, as you can see, I'm using the fill tool to fill whole of the grid and change the background pixel colors to yellow color. Now let me demonstrate the erase tool. I selected the erase tool and it simply erases the color. Now again, using the clear tool presented by C, I cleared the screen. This is how you can save the file. Just simply click file and the window will open where you can navigate to your folder where you want to save, and you can simply save the file. In this case, I am saving the file with the name paint app. Now I'll close the file. As you can see, when I close the file, it will ask for a prompt that if you want to save the work before closing. I'll click yes and it will overwrite the previous file that I saved. So this is all for today. I hope you liked this video, and if you are not subscribed to my channel, please hit the subscribe button and hit the like button so that I can keep on making more content like this. Thank you.